Morning folks, back at the transporters again. This time we have a 02. Hasn't been running in a while. The last time I had this out, it broke a belt. Broke the belt on this side, so this is only the pump belt. So didn't do any damage, no long-term damage, but as you can see, it's been sitting up for a long time. A bit messy, a bit oily, but I'll be giving that a power wash off eventually. So I'm just gonna clean all this crap off here now and blow it off. I'll be replacing the main timing belt. I took the cover off that just to check it, but never go by writing. Paper never refused ink, as they say. So what I'm going to go and do is strip all these bits and bobs out of the way. Easy enough on transporters to remove some parts. And give the place a little bit of a clean. Obviously could do it a better job. So I'll go ahead now and I'm going to start blowing off some of the stuff with an airline, any loose dirt, and move some things out of the way that don't need to be there. Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing for today. The last time I done one of these, I hadn't got a very good camera and there was smudge on the lens, and I was only after starting doing it, so I'll be doing a better job on this one. So I'll go ahead and blow off some dirt and I'll come back. So first part off, I've gone and taken these clips, pull them back, so turbo pipe, he comes off. That's your first bit off. So on these, when you're doing them, the lid has to come off, the rocker cover has to come off. So I'm just taking off a few bits here now. So another thing is, I'm going to be blowing a bit of crap around here. So just stuff up your pipes, don't let anything get into your engine. So I'll be putting one in here. This has a throttle flap, so when you switch off your engine, in case an engine ever goes into a runaway, see, can I put my light here, maybe you can see it. Where am I? Yeah, you can see the flap in there. So that's air operated, so when you switch off your engine, she'll shut for a second and then you'll hear that click. Next thing out of the way then is air filter cover. So our airflow meter, just like so, pops off. Just wiggle him out of the way. Yeah. That's the airbox cover off. So I have a bit of cleaning done on this. The oil does actually keep it quite clean, but I've scraped off some of that and blown off all the loose stuff. So when I do open these, there's 4 bolts. There's one here, one here, one here, and one here. These 4 13mm heads, they'll have to come off, and that will expose my camshaft, so I have to be very careful then not to knock any dirt in. Now it does have ACV written on the plastic, but this is an AJT, I think, on this one. We'll have a look for the cover now. It's around here somewhere. Yeah, so I found that. So the model number, if you are lucky enough to still have a sticker on, this is AJT. So I'll just go through all the things that I need now for this. I've taken him off quite a while ago. So I'll just give you a look at all the parts that you need. Comes in a kit. This is a Dayco kit. Pretty good kit. So you have your main timing belt. That's the number for the main timing belt. Your center crankshaft bolt. You get a new one of those with a kit. I need a good kits. There's a shim washer. Then you have your tensioner for your main timing belt. He is spring loaded, so I'll show you him when he's being put on. Then you have your timing belt for your injection pump. There's the numbers on him. 94775. So it's got 80, I don't know, 81, 80 by 110 or 210 H. Do not crimp. You have your tensioner for that and your idler pulley. Then you have your water pump. Try and get a good one with a metal veins on it. That's also Dayco. It comes in the kit. And your seal for your water pump. Then you have your 1040 oil, semi-synthetic, and have an oil filter as well purchased for that. So there's their parts list, and I'll go through a tool list there in a little while. When I have all the tools used, I'll just lay them out and I'll show you what they are. So I've gone ahead and removed this rocker cover. Just leave it down somewhere clean. I meant to say as well, you can take these off, these 3 10mm bolts, because this washer here is underneath. It's not like these ones that can come out. So when you're opening this one, you just open it a little bit, take all these other 3 off, and then you can lift this. Because if you try and open this, because the washer is attached to the bolt, as you lift up, you'll break this. It can happen, you know, if you are watching what you're doing. So he won't come out unless you remove the filler neck. So just to note that one. So now I have that opened up. You can now see your camshaft. So what you're looking for on a camshaft is the tips of these, that they're not flattened off, they still have a round profile, and everything is good that way. So this is your plunger for your cam, or for your vacuum pump. So you have your vacuum pump there, which is operating your brakes, this guy here. So you have this pipe here that goes around, and he attaches to your servo for your brakes. So it creates the vacuum and helps you with your braking. So now the next thing to do will be to get this on top dead center. Now the reason for opening the camshaft at this stage is I want to see where the lobes are on cylinder number 1. So cylinder number 1 is closest to your timing belt, which is your driver's side in Ireland or in the UK, where we drive on the left hand side, so you're sitting on the right. So it's going to be opposite for other people, but it's still the same. The engine is still sitting in the exact same place. It's just driver's side and passenger side is going to be different. So I'll just have to be very careful now from here on in. I don't let any dirt fall in here. So what I will be doing is covering this up with a cloth just for now. As you can see, it's nice and clean in there anyway, so I want to keep it that way. Right, I'll go and put this on top dead center and I'll let you see what happens. So next step as well, before taking anything else apart, is to remove the sprocket off the end of the camshaft. There we go. Just give them a little loosen. It's a 21mm nut. Will need to come off to put the setting bar in, which I'll be showing you at the end. So he exposes this, which is the flat part. That's where the set bar goes in. So he's almost on time anyway, but I'll be setting these lobes. This one is going to be, both of these have to be pointing up. I was just trying to explain the last video, but I'll show you that now in a brief moment. So I've gone ahead now and put the engine on top dead center. I'm gonna have to put on my light. There we go. So you're looking for, it's a casting down there on the gearbox. Now I know I have white paint there, but so can I zoom in? You can see that little mark on the flywheel and that arrow shape on the casting. They have to end up, now I don't mind that little bit of white paint that's gone to the left, but there's a little notch on this one, so that's top dead center here. And just to confirm that it was or was not in time in the first place, there we go. I have to drop that, of course. Yes. Just clean that there. You put your setting bar back in, and I'll unzoom this. Easier. So the setting bar should sit in here, and it should be even on both lands, which it's pretty close, but it's not bang on the money. It's about a half a tooth out maybe. So your two cam lobes here, this one and this one on cylinder number 1, main timing belt side, they must point upwards. So that's pretty much that as far as that is concerned. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover up all this so that no dirt gets in, and I'll come back to you. Next step in the process is drain the coolant. So Volkswagen have given us a nice little your metal pipe that runs across the front of the engine. So here we go. Little 13mm bolt. See, can we catch this without making a mess? Semi-successful. There's a little metal pipe in front of your starter motor. And right there. And I've gone ahead and opened the cap off the filler, a little bottle. So it comes out here nice and handy and pretty quick. Some people take off pipes, it's not necessary. Just open it there and out she pours. I like to do on these as well. It's not a timing mark as such. Excuse me, it's just a reference. To just put a little Tipex mark here on the pulley. That way when I'm putting it back together, I know where I'm at. There's another little one there. This pulley is quite age cracks in it, but I have to inspect them when I come off. They're expensive. So that'll be all the next stuff that's coming off, is these guide pulleys, and there's your water pump and your injector pump. I'll have to take off this pulley as well, power steering pulley. just to make a bit of room. So next thing now is to remove the center. It's 27 socket. So that's him out. I'll be replacing that bolt, so he'll be going away. Then I've soaked this all in WD-40 now, so it's not wet with oil or anything. I'll be removing these 4 bolts, or 4 hex heads. So, and then these 3 here. So now I've that removed, the damn pulley has gone off it. I have the power steering pulley removed. Next thing to remove, I've already loosened it by the way, is this pulley here. Your idler pulley for your alternator belt. Some people call it a fan belt, but it no longer drives a fan, so your auxiliary belt. So I'll just take that off. Next to remove now is the plate, so I've gone and undone those bolts. So you've 3 10mm studs, one there, one up there, and the other one, focus camera, is there. Next thing required is I've gone ahead and loosened the camshaft nut. So you don't need to go mad, just loosen it a little bit. Now that taper is broken. Well, if it's not, you hit him from the back side. Hit him a little tap. The taper should be broken by now. He's definitely loose. So that pulley is rocking now. So he's loose on the taper. So the belt can be set, and camshaft can be set. So I just have to check now that I'm on top dead center down here, which I'm not anymore. So I'll have to get in there now and adjust that slightly. So now I've established that I'm on top dead center. I can go ahead and lift it back up. That's loose there, so I can go ahead now and take off the timing belt. So, engine back up in the lift. You got a 13mm socket or spanner, so you can focus this. It's not going to focus now for some reason. Anyway, 1 second now. Why is this not focusing? Not sure why, but it's not focusing properly. Anyway, open this 13mm and just look at which way this spins. So it's probably going to go back anti-clockwise. Yeah. So the big nut turns back anti-clockwise. Make him to loosen up. Now I can go ahead and take that nut out or bolt out, then take the tensioner out. Now I have that off, I can withdraw the belt, and I'll be doing the oil seal on this as well. So as you can see, it's not leaking, but it's a little bit of wet there. So I'll be checking that out. So see, this video is going to be a little bit longer than normal, but next thing now is to take the pump off. The reason I'm stopping this video is because it's gone out of focus for some reason. I'm not sure why. So I'll have to get one of the kids to have a look at the phone and see what's going on. But anyway, I have to take these cover bolts off. So this plastic cover that goes up to the top, he'll have to be removed to get access into the pump. And I think I'll have to take this bracket here off for the power steering and let it hang down. He should only be 3 bolts or 4 bolts. Maybe I won't have to go that far, but I'll see. But I'll leave it like that for this video anyway. I'll be doing a part 2 where I'll be cleaning all this up and put it all back together. So I'll be retiming it. I want to make sure that it's right this time, because I did have some constructive criticism the last time on a video where there was a smudge on a lens, and thank you for that person for the comment. I take all comments. Oh look, a little bee or a wasp looking to sting. Is he still alive? Oh yeah, he's still alive. Little bee friend. Anyway, a little wasp friend. Right, I'll leave it like that for today's video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed that. Next video is going to be putting the time belt back on and the whole procedure around timing up your valves, your camshaft, and timing your injector pump with the clock. So I'll go through the whole lot of that. So that's all your parts that you have to take off. So obviously your timing belt, the other timing belt's already off. 2 pulleys, I'm not going to go through them, they're there. They have to be removed. Your rocker cover lid, air filter, time belt covers, pipes. So I'll leave it like that. So this is a 02 AJT, but it's exactly the same for an ACV. So it'll be a video that's going to be entitled both. I'll leave it like that, folks. If you liked the video, give me the thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. If I can get more subscribers, I'm going to do more videos. It's just the way it works out.